sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we talk outdoors every Saturday morning for 90 minutes. And, of course, this is the I'm so confused on day. This is the third Saturday because this guy kind of got me out of track last week by showing up, but we appreciate it. Back-to-back, Frank Barton. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everybody out there.
We'll have to double Frank's pay, I guess, because he gets all these comp things here to come in here. But, Frank, I'm glad you're here. Guy Trebo is normally here, but we're giving Guy the weekend off. And so it'll be Frank and myself, and I think we can fill that quite nicely because Frank's got the radio voice and I have the radio face. So it just kind of goes along together. And then, of course, we have double duty here, 101, mana here. I mean, I have Shelby McCall. Good morning, Shelby. She's saying hello over there. She doesn't have her microphone. She's sitting in because very soon she will be the person that answers all the calls and takes all the complaints and tries to keep us straight. But until then, we have the straight man himself, and that is Greg Ratliff over there.
Good morning.
He's ready. Now next week is his last week with his show. Now I don't think he's got other duty. We're going to talk a little bit with him next week. I've set aside a whole segment that we're going to talk. We're going to talk to Greg about his experience on Outdoors with Larry Ray and what he has learned in these past 35 years. Okay? So I know it feels like that, but I've appreciated Greg, and Shelby's going to step right in, I know, and fill in for him, but appreciate Frank being here, and I know Frank's a busy person. He's got something going on today on the Mount Moriah store, right?
We are, yeah. We've got the Indian demo truck. It's our second day. We started it yesterday.
Yep.
It was hot, but we still had a great time. Rode a lot of bikes.
The Indian demo truck. Now, tell us. I'm assuming it travels around the country.
There are several trucks. They travel around the country. We can
big trucks.
We have an opportunity of reserving them, and they come in with bikes that are dedicated by Indian motorcycle company specifically for demos, because we have a saying, and that is,
what is that saying?
We want to put butts in the seats.
Put butts in the seat.
That's it.
Is that the Indian motto?
That's not much of a motto, but it's just
motto?
It's just what we have a saying. Our motto, we say, is be legendary, ride Indian.
I like that. Okay, be legendary, ride Indian. Where are they based?
Spirit Lake, Iowa.
Is where
the motorcycles are manufactured.
Okay, and they are American made.
Yeah, they are American made.
And
Spirit Lake, Iowa.
Well, that's a great place. I have been to Spirit Lake, Iowa. It's
and you think about it, Spirit Lake is a great place to have Indian motorcycles.
It is. It is. You beat me to it. I was thinking about that myself. But so the truck is full of bikes.
Full of bikes, and then I'm fortunate that I have a great group of loyal Indian riders, and they're all part of the Blue City Indian Riders Group, and they help lead the demo. I have one in the front, one in the back, and we take them out for about a 20 to 22-minute demo ride, depending on the traffic.
And
we take a group out every half hour.
Every half hour, and a group could be what?
Typically, we have about 8 bikes.
8 bikes.
So
that's at 8:00 this morning. Is that when you open?
We open at 8. We'll start registering people at 8. First ride goes out at 9, and then we'll be doing it every half hour up until 4 o'clock.
Up till 4 o'clock. It started yesterday, and it's pretty easy to see. I guess the truck. Where do they park the truck? Where do you?
We park the truck on the side lot. And,
okay,
on the side of the building.
You're not taking it home at night.
No.
Okay.
No. And then it's real easy to see the event. Just go where all the motorcycles have showed up.
Yeah,
and there'll be bikes everywhere.
And this is on Bike Row, if you want to speak, because the address on Mount Moriah is what?
5715 Mount Moriah Road.
And Frank, of course, has got on his black Indian shirt this morning, so it looks pretty cool. I like that. Is that your Indian shirt? Is that your?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure it doesn't say anything about Master Nationals or anything. I never know.
No, I don't have any. I'm not wearing any of those.
You're not even wearing your hat
right
this
now,
morning.
No, I'm not wearing the hat, but I'll probably as soon as
you've been wearing a hat today.
As soon as this ride is done, on Saturday, I'll be back working Master National on Sunday morning.
Yeah, and he already has over
798 dogs
700
qualified as of right now.
As of right now, and they're going to Oregon in October.
Right.
You told me that. And what was it last year? St. Louis? Was it in St. Louis?
No, last year it was in
Time flies.
Palestine, Texas.
Yeah, Palestine, Texas. You've been all over. They do rotate this thing.
We go around the country, kind of by time zones, but we'll just think West Coast, East Coast.
This is about as far as you can go. I mean, you're heading to Oregon on the Oregon Trail. You're not riding your Indian bike out there. I know. So
no. It's I've got to take a truck with equipment and stuff and my dog and things like that. And
your trusty sidekick, is she going?
Delta will be going.
Okay.
Course.
Yes. All right. Delta is his. I don't want to get that confused with your wife. Now,
I was going to say that a little bit far from my wife to go this time, but
Well, she has been.
She has been normally.
Yeah. It takes. He's already sending invitations out. I just can't imagine that many. And that's over. And we'll get a report from Frank out there. Hopefully, if everything works out, maybe he can squeeze in a call once he gets out there.
I hope so. The cell service is not the best where we're going to be, which is kind of typical. When we were in St. Louis, it was pretty good.
Well, I hope so.
But last year, it was not the best.
Palestine, Texas.
This next in Oregon, we've already been out there. We know it's spotty.
It is.
It is spotty.
Okay.
We're it's kind of a rural area.
Well, we'll hope to hear from Frank. We'll try him as he does that. Lots of things going on in the Mid-South. I know it's been hot. We've had a lot of rain, these different kind of things. I think the show today going to have a lot of fun. We're going to check in with our good friend John Berry over at the White River and the North Fork River, talk a little trout fishing over there. And I will tell you right now that we're going to hook back up with Gaston's for our monthly fishing report. We've been kind of missing out, but I talked to Clint Gaston on Thursday. And next week's show, we'll be talking to Clint and getting some reports from the White River there at Gaston's. But also, I'm really tickled about this thing, if that's the right word, that Hyde Lake has opened at Shelby Farms. And it used to be Patriot Lake. They closed it down. You've all seen it driving that Walnut Grove Road, our farm road, and seen it, and it's beautiful. Well, last Friday, a week ago yesterday, they reopened it finally after 2 years, 1 year ahead of time. And we're going to talk to Rebecca Dailey. She's the communications coordinator out at Shelby Farms about the fishing opening of Hyde Lake. Now, it's no longer Patriot Lake, it is Hyde Lake. And then we're going to talk a little, step into my element a little bit, but keep the outdoor to it. Mossy Oak, as they always do, hooks up with certain people and comes out with products with their brand on that product. And we're going to talk with Mark Medley. He is the CEO of Swing Sport out of Farmington, Missouri, and they have come up with what they call Zoritz Golf. And we have a sandal with golf, ready for golf, with all the golf cleats on the bottom and mossy oak on the top. And we're going to talk to them about their hookup with mossy oak. And then going to South Carolina to talk to a young man who graduated from college at South Carolina, and very shortly after that went from competing in the collegiate ranks for the University of South Carolina straight into pro bass and won his first tournament. How's that? 24 years old, and that's Patrick Walters.
He's ruined.
He is definitely ruined. It's like if I ever get a hole-in-one, I'm quitting when I get a hole-in-one. That's what, So for 52 years, I've tried for a hole-in-one.
Think how disappointed you'll be when you hit it.
No, I won't. I'll be saving lots of money.
Yeah, you'll know you're quitting. That's your last round of golf. Think about that for a little bit.
So depressing about that now.
I'd walk off the course as soon as it went in the hole. I'd be done, just walk right off.
Sure, other people have done that.
Can you imagine how many times I've hit the ball in 52 years and not put it in the hole? I had, when I putted it in, and I've actually hit a few in, but not from the tee. So I don't even want to know how much money I spent, but I'm sure I could have bought 2 or 3 Indian motorcycles with what I spent in 52 years of golf. But anyway, then we're going to close it out with our good friend Doug Miner of Strike King. He's the VP of brand marketing for fishing for Strike King, and he's out in the he's got such a tough job. He's out today in the Idaho office. I didn't even know they had an Idaho office out there, but I can imagine it's real nice in Idaho this morning. It's early, I know that, for Doug, but he is going into the Legends of the Outdoors Hall of Fame later in August, and looking forward to talking to Doug, longtime friend. Always like to see these Strike King guys do well, and he is very deserving to go into that Legends of the Outdoors Hall of Fame. I was honored to be there last year and received the first Wade Bourne Communications Award, and it's a great event that Gary Mason puts on over there in Nashville on the General Jackson. So we hope to talk to them. But until now, we got Frank Barton in the studio. I don't think we're going to have a contest today, unless you really want to do an introduction if you feel like it. I mean, you and John Gordon, it made my day. To listen to that tape of that show, I don't guess it's tape. We don't have tape anymore. But would you like to try one this morning? Do you think you'd feel like trying for one?
I'll be happy to do that for you, Larry.
Okay, because both of y'all were it was a hoot. If you want to go to lroutdoors.com, go back and check the 14th, last week's show, the 14th of July, and listen to Frank and John as they take over the show with their off-the-cuff remarks. Well, let's take our first break in the morning, come back and talk some trout fishing on the White River. This is Outdoors with Larry Ray.